I'm disturbed by that fact.
What? The Chicago one?
I'm disturbed by the fact that there are more rats in other places than in New York. I'm disturbed that I have to hear about rats on game night. It's game night, bro. What's going on? What y'all playing? What's new? Hit me with some.
I mean, I'm a fraud. I haven't started Metaphor Refantasio yet, even though my background makes it seem like I bought it, but I ain't started yet. But I'm still playing these. Well, as you can see, I'm big. We big Persona over here, so yeah,
Joker all the way.
Gotta play that. But I'm still playing Sparking Zero, working on them Sparking episodes.
Go play the custom ones. Those are wild.
Well, I saw somebody make a custom episode where Goku cheated on Chi-Chi with Caulifla.
I saw that.
And then Goten went and jumped his ass for cheating on Chi-Chi. I was like, people are too creative with these custom episodes. I
seen. This is it on PS. Like, so there's a custom episode where Yamcha beats up Vegeta and then Trunks and gets back Bulma.
Why you gotta beat up Trunks though? What Trunks do?
I guess future Trunks, and it's future Trunks. I guess he's in the way of like, no, if you take my mom from my dad, I might not be born.
We're getting real like metaphysical with it. Jesus.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing. Like, it's the most cringe but amazing thing at the same time.
So Yamcha basically became Biff from Back to the Future.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's wild.
Mr. Beat you up and steal your girl.
Now I'm just imagining Yamcha. Why don't you make like a tree? Get out of here. Stupid voice acting.
Get out of here.
Oh my. Tom, what you playing?
Let's see. Today I was just playing some Throne and Liberty. I decided that I wanted to try it out a little bit, you know what I'm saying? See how I feel about it. I made my character maybe like a week ago, but I haven't really had the opportunity to like turn on my PlayStation for like a week. So I actually got a chance to kick it on today. I just got through the tutorial.
Proud of you.
Yeah.
Who's a big boy? Made it through the tutorial.
I made it through the tutorial, and then I put it down so that I could do this and be with you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Start Button Live. Guess who we have here today? Mr. Blicky Aloysius Johnson. What's going on? Blicky with the gats?
Blicky Johnston.
My golly. This man, look, you see this man got the freshest, cleanest, most amazing, immaculate shape up from the barber and everything. Like, he got fresh, his line fresh. Like, he's like, all right, you know.
The diabolical
like a young black king out here. Yeah, so. Yeah, we happy to have you back. We didn't think you was ever returning. We thought you was like upset because Sparking Zero wasn't out, but now that Sparking Zero is here, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's been busy being a menace in the streets of Los Santos. I mean, Miami. My bad, Miami. Same. Yeah, I mean, if they didn't put the mod in to make it look like Miami, then yeah, you can do that. No, they have an active working Vice City map mod that you can just put in. Like, hey, there you go. Don't be lazy. You got the money.
Well, just wait until the new Grand Theft Auto comes out, and then it's gonna for real look like Miami all the time.
Oh, yo, I cannot wait for that.
Yo, I don't think I'm wondering what the impact to the U.S. economy is gonna be like when GTA 6 comes out, because you know everybody's gonna be calling off work.
Oh yeah.
You realize that's going to be the economic stimulus, right?
It's going to be a stimulus.
Everybody going to do mad OT so that they can buy the Ultimate Edition with all the extra add-ons, and then they going to call out.
It's going to be a temporary stimmy, but then the entire workforce is going to shut down. Like, where is everybody? It's like GTA 6.
I want to see what the workforce does when Monster Hunter comes.
Well, that's Japan. Well, Japan always shuts down.
Well, true, but things have changed in terms of like Monster Hunter sales as of recently. It used to be niche. Now it's like actually becoming like a mainstream thing. Where I think World sold like what? It wasn't like 10 million copies or something like that.
Yeah, it was like 6 million at first, and then they like I think it was 6 million before they even went to PC.
Yeah, I had never seen
Now,
that many people
Wilds, we
play and
talking
buy
about
Monster
cross
Hunter
play,
before.
cross progression, maybe
And-
cross progression. So
Across all editions of World, Monster Hunter World sold 26.3 million units.
that is a
Oh, I
lot.
lowballed it then.
That is a
Damn.
lot. That is crazy.
That is great.
Absolutely, absolutely.
That's literally
Ladies
the
and
best
gentlemen,
selling. It's the best selling Monster Hunter of
to date.
ever.
Yeah,
To date.
Yeah.
easily.
And they just keep getting better. I mean, Rise didn't do terribly, but you know, Rise started off on Switch.
That's what really killed it, I think.
And it was Switch only for like a good year before it then came to PC. And then it was another 6 months to a year before it came to Xbox and PlayStation and everything else. So
I still got my Monster Hunter Rise Switch.
by that time, I was not gonna get Rise on the console that I play the most.
I mean, it worked out for me though, because like I bought the bundle that had Rise and had the specifically designed Switch.
Me too.
So it was
Me
like
too. I'm not getting rid of my
Super
Switch. I'm not getting rid of my my Monster Hunter Rise controller. None of that.
I didn't get the controller. I should have got the controller too. I don't know why I didn't.
I tried to do the trade up from my regular Switch to get the Monster Hunter, but it sold out prior to the opportunity.
Oh no, I sold my regular Switch to somebody. I was just like, here.
I didn't have one.
Oh, well, you know.
Like, be gone, peasant. You ain't Monster Hunter.
Yeah, so anyway, I want to say welcome to Start Button Live. This is a safe haven for geeks, dweebs, nerds, weebs, anime fans, wrestling fans, gamers, and everything in between. If you don't fall in one of those categories, I'm just going to say you got to go. No, I'm not. I'm kidding. Everybody is welcome here, and we actually want to make it so that everybody is comfortable. So if you ever have any questions, if we ever start talking about anything that you don't necessarily understand, we encourage you to just jump in the chat and ask questions. If you're not watching this live, then please just ask questions under the comments and somebody is going to respond to you. We'll make sure to try to clarify anything that we talk about as much as we possibly can, because we want everybody to be familiar and we want everybody to feel like they're welcome here. Now, as per normal, what we're going to do is we're going to start off with our question of the day. Our question of the day is going to be a little simple. So hopefully we can get some good conversation out of it. But if not, then it's whatever. So you know how we go through game shows, we go through things like E3, we go through things like video game awards, and in all of those different shows and all of those different platforms, they usually take the time to try to make sure that they reveal games, right? So if they're taking the time to reveal games, I want to know, what is the ideal timeline for a game to release after it announces to you? Like, how long between they announce the game or they show the game for the first time and release time should we be waiting?
Max of 2 years for me. Like, maximum 2 years, I think. Because there's been so many times we got trailers like, well, think about it this way. When did Elder Scrolls 6 trailer drop? What? 5 years ago? 6 years ago? The teaser trailer they did for that? We still ain't got nothing for it. But I feel like you should have some, at least, not necessarily a gameplay demo, but like it should be planned to be released within the next 2 years.
After a reveal.
Yeah, because like typically when they're revealing stuff, it's like you're already at a decent point. Like obviously you got to like tighten up like whatever programming and maybe some other art stuff you got to finish up. But typically it's at a good enough point. It's like, okay, cool, we can show this off now. But there's been a lot of games that show off and then it's like, actually, no, we went back to square one after that trailer. So it's not coming out for like another 4 or 5 years now. It's like, why'd you even show it in the first place? Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like it. It really does. Like Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl. that was mentioned earlier, and that one had just recently got another delay. Project M, which I think we got, what was that, earlier this year? What was it called? The one where they might have to change their name with the lady, Stellar Blade.
Oh,
Stellar
Oh,
yeah. That's right.
Like, look how long we got that. Lost Souls aside, that was something that was shown a few years ago and was being developed by one person. And like, we had never heard anything more about it. And all of a sudden, like 4 years later, we get another video teasing us about this game that looks immaculate because it looks like it's a mixture between like Elden Ring and Devil May Cry. Bananas. And then like some more time goes past and we still don't hear anything more about it. And the game is still not here. But then we hear that Sony picked up the developer and, they're letting him continue to make his game. And so, we're still hopeful that we're going to get some good stuff. But,
or Captain Blood that was announced and revealed 14 years ago and just
What
now
was it?
came out. Captain Blood.
what
It's
is
like
that?
an action hack and slash pirate game that literally was announced 14 years ago, shown 14 years ago, and just now came out.
Was that
You
like
go
a
look it up.
PS3 game or something?
No, it's not a free game. You can purchase it.
No, I said PS3.
It was originally supposed to be a PS3. Yeah, PS3 game. It was a PS3 game. And it just came out.
Like, you know how many times you have to remake your game in order for you to like because obviously the PS3.
Oh, it still looks like the PS3. I'm not joking. You can go look it up. Captain Blood.
Yo, the crazy thing about the Cabin Blood thing, that was first shown 2003, 2004. Before
Wow, that's
PS3.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
I was
It's
looking
not
up
released on Steam yet. So
the
it's
demo's
still,
on. You can get the demo right
Demo.
now on Steam. But that's
yeah,
good.
it's not released.
Captain
Captain
Blood.
Blood.
Age of Pirates, Captain Blood. Yeah, this straight up looks like a PS3 game. Like,
Because it was. Go look on Steam right now. Chat.
this graphically doesn't look any better than the first Darksiders before they remastered it. Like, it looks like on that same level. Oh, I love Dark Cloud. Level 5.
It looks like that.
It's just wild that they got away with like. I mean, kudos to them for saying like, "Nah, I said I'm making this game. It's coming out. It just took 20 years, but like,
yeah, but imagine how.
I guarantee you this would have cooked if it came out 20 years ago. Easily.
Would have what?
It would have cooked if this came out 20 years ago.
I mean, I have to admit,
Yeah.
at least we know that somebody kept their job for 20 years.
True. And had some dedication to it. Like, listen, I've given up projects very quickly. But the fact this person stayed was just like, I'm going to finish this. I'm going to finish this game. This game's coming out. And they stuck to it. Hey, listen, man.
I feel like he had lost the bet, and it was like, you gotta release this game.
Yeah. No. This is developed by Seawolf Studio in General Arcade and published by Sneg. Yeah. EA.
is I don't want to make us, lose our monetization. But if y'all knew what I was trying to say, it's trash. It's
poop.
absolute trash. And then they just kind of give up on it, right? Nobody ever goes the No Man's Sky route. Nobody ever does that,
right?
Nobody ever goes the No Man's Sky route, the Valheim route,
or Xenoverse.
I mean, No Man's Sky
route.
is actually a lesson in gaming too. Like if you want to think about it like objectively, No Man's Sky was a game where it came out, it did not do well, and then the next thing you know, like they worked that game until it was good. What up, Pop?
And I do want to say one thing to everybody who's watching. All right, the Cyberpunk issue and the No Man's Sky issue are not the same thing. All right, I understand the Cyberpunk came out a little buggy and stuff, but Cyberpunk actually still came out as a good game.
Yeah, it was good. It was good when it came out.
It was just buggy.
That's not
No Man's Sky was trash.
Cyberpunk is another lesson. I mean, let's be real. Like Loon cutting you side eyes because Loon played the hell out of No Man's Sky when it first came out. Loon was a huge fan of No Man's. Like we would be in chat, we would be talking, and Loon would be like, "Yeah, I'm just playing No Man's Sky. This game kind of good," and we was like,
"Trash."
What? Well, and he was enjoying it. So I mean, obviously, everybody always has kind of a a little.
Listen, I hyped the hell out of
guilty pleasure
before it came
out. I gassed it up so bad.
I gassed that game up heavily. No Man's Sky, I gassed that game up heavily.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like my guilty pleasure game is Katamari.
I actually installed
it. That's the game with the ball that you roll up.
Yeah, it's simple. It works.
Yes, it's simple, and like when you go from rolling up pieces of dirt on the floor to rolling up entire city buildings, it's amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm actually, bro. It's never caught my eye.
I'm actually planning on making a video about how dark Katamari really is, because that is dark when you think about it. Like,
it is. It is. The storyline crazy.
You roll up human beings and make a star or planet out of them. That is straight up just eldritch cosmic horror levels of messed up.
You should make that and then post it on the Start Button channel.
No, that's a plan I have.
Nice.
That Katamari is legitimately cosmic horror.
So now let me ask this as a follow-up question. If a game is delayed after it was initially announced, does that kill your hype?
No. Depends on the game.
Or your opinion?
Depends on the game.
All right. So, like, let's see. All right. Then we'll move through. So it depends on the game. What kind of game would actually cause you to lose hype? Like if Call of Duty was going to be pushed back for like 3 years.
Like number 9.
And we weren't going to get another Call of Duty for like 3 years.
I don't think that would kill the hype of Call of Duty. Unless something else came out, I don't think it would kill the
hype. You think that would create more hype for Call of Duty, considering that they're create more hype schedule?
Yeah, because what people are going to naturally think when you delay something is that it is still a work in progress, right? Which means that there is more stuff being added to the game. So games like Call of Duty that has a whole lot of rinse and repeat type situations going on with like the weapon play, maps, stuff like that. You tell me that you're going to delay a Call of Duty game for another 2 years. First thing that comes to my mind is, they're adding new maps.
They're adding new guns. To me, they're revamping the entire game.
They're revamping. So games like that, absolutely. I don't think it'll kill the excitement. Now, a fighting game,
college football.
No. And the only reason why I say that is because the delay of college football is what made all the hype. Was because
it was 10 years in the making, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like if
we went from 14
if college
to
football would have came out 3 years ago and then we waited 3 years for another one, I don't think we would have cared. But since we waited a whole 10 years to get this game, after Madden has already been trashed for at least the last 5 or 6 years, all the hype was already there. They just had to, put their hand in the basket. That was it.
Yeah,
that's all they had to do.
Yeah, literally what Holster just said. All it had to do was be better than Madden.
How about Fight Night?
Absolutely.
Never gonna get one of those.
We
I
might
think
be
they
getting
just-
another one next year, apparently.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You weren't paying attention, bro?
No, I look. I don't believe it till I see the first trailer.
You're right.
That's
Yeah,
my
like,
thing.
I don't
If it's
believe
gonna
it
be-
even after I see the first trailer.
If it's gonna be like Fight Night Champion, just shelf it back up. Just don't even release
Put it
it.
out
If
to
it's
pasture,
gonna be
bro.
like round 3, I'll take it all day. If you just give me a prettier round 3 with newer boxers from like the past like 16 years, yeah, I'm 100% buying. Like, but if it's gonna be like Champion where they change all the mechanics and how like the motion works and the sways, I was like, nah, I don't want it.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'm
you
the
know,
same way,
like
man.
UFC, for instance, like I don't think UFC has missed yet. Like out of all of the UFC games, I think 2 was the worst.
I've only played whatever one they put on PlayStation Plus like years ago. Like that. I think it might have been 2. Like,
I mean, I got 2 sitting right here. I also got 1 sitting right here too. But anything after 2, it's in my digital library, so I can't let you borrow it.
I'll live. I'll be okay.
I feel like if you push back a game like one of those games that has a lot of like already a lot of different iterations, right? Like if you push back, you know, like a fighter like Tekken, right? I feel like if you push back a Tekken after we've been getting Tekkens, you know, and it's the same characters, I think it'll kill the hype. I feel like if you was to push out a game like,
I mean, Tekken doesn't come out annually though, so
Yeah, it really does.
well, yeah, touche.
since it
I'd
doesn't
say
come
that's
out
what-
annually, they
oh,
kind of are
annually.
on their own release schedule whenever they want.
Dynasty Warriors.
Dynasty Warriors.
Yo, you know what killed the hype for Dynasty Warriors?
Dynasty Warriors.
Dynasty Warriors 9 killed the hype for
9,
Dynasty.
Nah, my bad.
I ain't
I
gonna
was-
lie. Dynasty Warriors 6. Really, that's where
I
it
was
started
actually a little add into this. I think it also depends on who the developer is. Like, if it's some indie one never heard of, but it looks promising from like early trailers, it's like hype's kind of just like pause. It's like this looks pretty good, but I'm not losing nothing from this coming out later because I know about it. But if it's like a big developer and we get constant delays, then it's like, why is this not out yet?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. For me, it's like I'd rather a game be delayed and be good than it come out and be trash.
Send me a Moto quote.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, while Raijin makes sure that we stop taking a vision test, we're gonna move on to
Yeah,
our.
I don't know what's going on.
We're gonna move on to our first topic of the night. All right. So everybody here is familiar with Elden Ring, right?
Yep.
All right. So, are you familiar with the legend of Let Me Solo Her?
Yep.
And I have to put it like that because everybody knows a little bit about Let Me Solo Her. If you played Elden Ring, if you were an Elden Ring player, you've heard of Let Me Solo Her. So anyway, if you're familiar with Elden Ring and you're, and you're familiar with Let Me Solo Her, then that means that I might not have to go into the story. But just in case you don't know the story, I'm going to give you a little bit of the rundown of who Let Me Solo Her was. So Elden Ring, which is actually considered quite a difficult game, and it's within the Souls genre. There's a boss called Millennia of the Scarlet Rock.
Millennia.
Millennia.
Whatever, you got it, bro. Go ahead.
To me, we're saying the same thing. Nah, but Millennia of the that's what I'm saying. Millennia.
Sound like you said millennia.
Millennia, like millennium.
Yeah,
Millennia.
that's what it sounded like.
Whatever. I don't care. Doesn't matter. I probably wrote it wrong. I don't know.
Camera shit.
I'm making stuff up at this point. So anyway, Millennia of the Scarlet Rot was one of the most frustrating and difficult bosses in the game. There were others, of course, but like there are stories. Like if you ever saw Kai Cenat try to beat her, he went at it over 100 times before he actually defeated her. And so people were literally quitting the game because of her. People were like attempting to like beat this boss for days. So,
Optional boss too.
Yup.
yeah, completely optional.
You don't
Now
need
it's not
to.
like it was like Fire Giant or something, but yeah, it's an optional boss, and people were struggling with it, and people were quitting the game because of it. So, this boss also had 2 phases. So her first phase, she's fully armored, blah blah blah. Her second phase, then that armor comes off and her move set expands quite a bit. So difficulty level kind of spiked. She had this really long sword and she moved really fast. So if you didn't know her move set, it could be a little bit difficult to tell what she was going to do. But obviously, as you take your time and you learn, you could adjust. Anyway, with practice, it could be beaten, but it was really well known for getting players stuck for hours. As with many Soul games, if not all of them, there's also a multiplayer function or a multiplayer feature. In that multiplayer feature, you can actually go to a rune. Let's say it's like
Summon
a rune.
sign.
Yeah, it's a summon sign, but like a rune that's on the ground, and you can bring somebody from their game. I think you could do that with up to 4 people, 3 people, up to 3 other people.
3 other people. So we could do
So
a
in Elden Ring,
party of 4.
Yeah, there you go. You make a party of 4, so you can bring up to 3 other people. So there was a person who had beaten Melania. Anyway, there was someone who had beaten Melania, and while he had beaten her, he was actually just waiting by the summon sign right outside the boss door. Mind you, if you bring somebody from a summon sign, they usually stay with you either until you die or until that boss is beaten. So this person that would be summoned was called Let Me Solo Her. That was what he named himself in the game. Let Me Solo Her. Once he was summoned, his name said it all. Let me solo her. You chill back over there, bro. Let me do what I gotta do. You know what I mean? So once y'all got in there, he would go over there. He would fight Melania by himself with nothing but a jar on his head and a weapon. So he ran around in underwear with no armor and just a simple weapon.
And didn't get touched.
Solo this boss. And I could not tell you how difficult of a feat this might be, considering that when you start getting armors and gear and things like that, you really can notice a difference in the stats. So essentially, he would have to perfect her. Now, it was said that by February, Let Me Solo Her had defeated Melania between 6,000 and 7,000 times, helping people. 6,000 to 7,000 times. But then back in February, after those numbers were revealed, his main account got banned. And his account got banned because of a mod that he had on his game that basically allowed him to use a Fortnite dance for a video. So he posted a video of his character doing a Fortnite dance using a mod, and he got banned for 6 months. He actually recently made a post that said as of the end of October, his ban is going to be lifted, and he'll finally be able to go back into the normal lobbies and such again. Now, let me also slide in that when you're banned in Elden Ring, it doesn't stop you from playing online. And it doesn't stop you from playing the game. What it does is it puts you in a lobby with other players who are playing a modded game. So essentially, it takes away him being able to help people beat Melania. And so, yeah. Now, with all of this being said,
I just want to say I haven't beat her yet.
I mean, that makes sense. I mean, as of the end of this month,
Can I cuss yet?
Her.
Can I cuss yet?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. We pass it.
She been beating my ass, bro. She be beating my ass.
Listen.
Every time,
I
bro.
still haven't beaten it yet.
I don't stand the chance.
Duo.
Well, you gotta do a bunch of other stuff to get to Millennia. She's
Yeah,
not.
it's
She's not in the final area of the game.
and
You have
she's
to
not
do.
even she's an optional boss.
You gotta find the medallions, unlock the elevator, fight all those other bosses leading up to her. It's like, yeah.
Well, like I said, at the end of this month, he's gonna be back to his shenanigans. He's gonna be like, and then right to it, like right to it. And then he just gonna do his little gesture, and he gonna disappear, fade away in the darkness, waiting for the next player to summon. Let me solo her.
So they're gonna let him do his dance then?
I don't know if they're gonna let him do his dance, but I think that he actually had been playing on an alt account. And he was actually going through and beating like a boss in the shadow of the Erd tree. I don't know if he was still doing like the same thing, like running it with people and like, yo, let me solo it. But I know that Melania is how he made his reputation. That's how he's gonna remain a legend.
Yeah, I mean, Bandai Namco gave him like a special kit and everything that has a like actual sword in it, all that stuff. Like,
and then they banned him.
Yeah, that was wild.
That's crazy. So what do we think about?
Banned for 6. I didn't realize that he was banned for that long. I just looked at his Twitter real quick and I was just like, "Holy shit, he's been banned for that long."
What do we think about? What do we think about people being banned for using mods in games? Like dance mods.
I agree with it.
Do you? I mean, all he did was have a dance.
It's a case by case basis.
But that's the thing. There's such a wide margin of case by case basis that I feel like it would be so much more difficult to micromanage each and every single individual mod versus just saying no mods altogether. Because some mods are just aesthetic. Some mods are a little like dances, but some mods are game breaking, right? And there's more performance-based, visual-based mods than there are of pretty much anything else. Like you can put mods that make your weapons do certain stuff that they're not supposed to do, that makes your movement do stuff that it's not supposed to do, that makes your, that gives you an unfair advantage, right? And if you're online, like you're directly altering or affecting someone else's experience by adding those mods. And so for me, I agree. I think that I don't think the mod should be in any kind of multiplayer game like that unless it's like server based where everybody gets the same mods as the entire server.
I stick with my thought process that it has to be a case by case basis, and you run it through a moderation team to go, okay, this is acceptable, this is not acceptable, blah blah blah. Like you could pay people to literally just go like, all right, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no.
A moderation team for
that's a team where more people have jobs.
It's gonna give more people jobs, but the question is they already don't want to pay these people as is, hence all these cuts, right?
They already do that though. Like they do that for Call of Duty, they do that for Xbox Live, they do that for PSN.
But those aren't like mod heavy type games, right? Like
no, I'm saying they're doing it for
but they have a moderation team.
Like they have a team that monitors chats and stuff like that, where I'm saying, like you can get banned from chatting certain things or whatever. Like they like randomly listen to recordings or something like that.
Yeah. The thing is, like, how did he get caught again?
Probably posted a video on like TikTok or something of him doing the Fortnite dance.
That's just like, it's just weird because of how From Software tracks you in game. It's like if you have like modified data that you try taking online, but usually it's like someone like customized a weapon they couldn't get, or they boosted stats or something like that. So it's just like, it's weird that they got, but number one, it's weird he got caught unless he did stream it, and two, that they cared. Like, but most likely it was probably just an automatic flag they got. It was like, oh hey, like this gesture is not, you have a weird gesture like file that's not like, because there's always all the little dances and poses you get in collecting the game. So it must have, I guess, it just added something like that. But it's just, it's almost kind of a thing like that. It's almost like the Xbox do got weirdly banned because the automatic system, Microsoft. It's not to that level we were talking about a couple months ago, but it's just like you think somebody would look at that. And it's like, oh, he modded in a dance. Okay, in 6 months is crazy. Like that should have been like a month if that at most. It's that I think that's what gets me is like the time frame of the bans don't make any damn sense. It's like, what's 6 months gonna do? Hey man, don't you do that Fortnite dance again on Elden Ring?
Yeah,
Be a
right.
year next time, mother. Like what? Like it don't make sense to me.
Like as someone who has experience in being auto modded, as I regularly somehow end up getting
I can still hear.
bans on Facebook. Auto moderation sucks. It's not fun because it's literally just left. It's left up to an algorithm to decide yes or no, you're banned or you're not, and it doesn't understand nuance. Like an AI algorithm does not understand nuance, right? It doesn't understand that case by case basis are a thing. It just goes by basic things that you tell it to do and look out for, without going any further than that. So if that was a case of auto moderation, then it's like, can we just get back to having people moderate that?
But they don't want to pay these folks, man. They don't want to pay these folks.
Them.
We're gonna need in order to make that happen, we're gonna need our moderation team in China in a goddamn sweatshop. All right. That is the only way that they are gonna be willing for large, like for instance, right? Think about trying to have a moderation team for a game like Grand Theft Auto, right? Do you know how many mods that are in Grand Theft Auto? How many mods?
I think they do though.
No.
I think they have a moderation team. I know that they
do for online.
And hired the people who made 5M.
But I think that's for specific types of content they look
that's
out
for like RP type shit.
Right. But like even for like GTA Online, like people get banned for various things. Like
and if you get caught hacking or modding in GTA Online, they literally just throw you into the modders lobby. With all the other hackers and modders.
Yeah, it's they've been and they do like sweeps.
But they didn't really care so much if it was like the griefing mods that actually were affecting gameplay. It was the money. That's when they actually gave a shit and banned you. If you got modded money, they were just like, you cutting into our profits. Get out of here. Shout out to the few that blessed a couple of us back in the day, back in the early days of hopes. Grand Theft Auto 6 Online. If we can still put bounties on people, don't put a limit on it. Don't put a limit on it. Just let me put as big of a number as I want on a bounty.
All the way till it's all your money?
If I felt like it, yeah.
I'm thinking because or
at least 100,000.
GTA 6 is kind of like Floridian a little bit. So like I don't know. I could see throwing somebody in the swamp or the Everglades.
Put him in with the gators.
I could also see the rope in there, and like you could tie somebody up and throw them in the trunk.
Like, yo, look, listen.
There's so much stuff that you can do in there.
Exactly. Yo, listen, 50K on his head and a public sub. 50K and I throw in a public sub. Make him disappear.
It's all good. I actually hope that I plan on getting GTA 6, even if I like never complete the game. I usually take a while to complete like the story games, like Assassin's Creed, Grand Theft Auto. Like I might play through it once. Well, the reason I took so long to play GTA 5 and beat it was because I played it on PS3 to completion. So playing it again on another platform was a little bit of a challenge for me because it was like I beat this already. I did this. Like, you know what I mean? Like I didn't really have incentive. I just wanted to bring my online account to whatever platform I was playing on, but that meant I had to buy the game all over again.
But I mean, there was a reason though for at least to go and play it on PS4 again because it was very much enhanced the visuals and everything.
Oh, absolutely.
Step up. Like major step up. That is crazy. How long Grand Theft Auto 5 has been around and still active.
11 years now, I think.
Yeah. And that engine is showing. That engine is showing its wear, bruh. It does look like
they were gonna run that thing into the ground.
Yeah, right. Someone said
what engine was GTA 5 built on? Was it Unreal?
no, it's their own engine.
Oh, it's an in-house.
Euphoria engine.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what the new one's built off of. Obviously not the same because the visuals are like stupidly crazy and there's variations in body types and skin tones and all sort of crazy shit that's going on in it. That
So-
is another proprietary engine that they built.
What do we think about like in-game punishments? Like, do you think that sometimes they go a little too hard?
Case by case basis, depends on what.
No, but I'm saying, like, do you think like sometimes like they go a little too hard on people for some of the violations? per
In
se?
this case, yes, that's a little like, come on, 6 months, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, like it doesn't harm anyone else's game. Like if you go online, you got to hack character like people used to do on Diablo back in the day all the time, and then you just like perma-killing their characters because you got a hack character. Like, yeah, you should probably be perma-banned for that.
Yeah, that was wild back in the day, boy.
So,
Yeah, when you had hardcore character servers, Diablo, and you got someone hacking coming through, one shots you, all your work's just gone. Like just because somebody came in and hacked and one shot you. Now, granted, like when you had PvP servers like that, you were playing one-on-one fair game. It's like, all right, that's the risk. That's the risk you took. Whatever. But if you just got someone that came in and it's like, oh, what's up? Meek, and then it's like log off, like nothing happened, and just go, and then just go to the next one, and the next server, and the next server, and your character's just going. It's like, and then you gotta sit there like, because you literally can't do anything about it. It's like this character's
like,
gone.
Bam, gone. The fuck was that?
I think I think it is more case on case, but obviously you got to set standards for certain things like repeat behavior. But I think it depends on did it like cause issue with other people's game experiences. That's typically what bans usually are for, unless you're doing some being wild in chat or something like that. I think they look at it more like how is this messing up anyone else's time.
And I'll also send a message, basically set an example of like, all right, you can't do this shit. You do this.
So the punishment should be more geared towards if what you're doing is affecting someone else's game experience.
Yeah.
I think so. Like if you just mod, like if somebody was like, because I see some people who do like they'll play like mods. I saw somebody get banned on Elden Ring for live streaming the Jujutsu Kaisen mod, like mistakenly, but still it's like, why was I even at risk of getting banned? He wasn't playing online. He played an anime mod to play as Gojo. Like was able to get it reversed, but it was still like sometimes they like overstep with the bans for some things. But it's just like he's just playing as Gojo, like doing hollow purple random soldiers in like just to play the mod. Like, why did he get banned for that?
Yeah, I have to admit, I'd probably be a little pissed, bro. Like, all right, I've done some things in some games that I would probably, get a little banned for. But
like what?
Now, I'm not talking about that on air. Like, we live, bro. Like, I'm not about to tell you what I got banned.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I didn't get banned, but like, I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying? As long as I don't say what game and what I did, I should be Gucci. But like, there were definitely ways to get around some things in some games back in the day, including Elden Ring. So
What do you mean by that?
Anyway, so like I've done some things and like, yeah, sure. Like I understand if a person like me is banned, but like let me solo her getting banned for a dance. That just feels excessive, bro. Like
that's
Fortnite, like you gonna put me in a modders lobby for a Fortnite dance? Are you serious right now? Like, bro, you made me my own version of the game. You made custom stuff just for me, just to be like, oh nah, you gotta go.
Yeah, it don't make any sense when they be doing stuff like that.
Like it's so
That's what I'm
dumb.
saying, bro.
But again, I think it might have just been auto mod.
So while we're talking about banned, right? You know how we talk about Nintendo and their lawsuits and such.
Don't say it out loud. You crazy?
Well, there's a there is a company that is currently actually making a Nintendo 64. Analog 3D is what it's going to be. Is what the console is going to be called, and it's literally going to be like an N64 replica that you could put the cartridge in, and it's supposed to be like 100% compatible.
Good luck. I hope you have good lawyers.
No, because there's that they're not gonna sue for this. Nintendo's whole thing is about emulation. And copying games. Because remember, because there's been those third-party things like the Retron 1, 2, 3, or 4, where they can play NES, Super Nintendo, 64 games for
as long as you buy the game
for decades now. As long as you're still using the cartridges they produce, like I don't think they really give a shit about hardware of their old consoles that much. But as long as you're not copying the games, it's like you can make your own 64. You make your own Super Nintendo.
I can't use the Dolphin emulator, but I could buy an analog 3D.
Yeah, I don't. It's not like a problem. They're like Retrons have been getting sold for decades at this point. They still make the Retron consoles. I still see them at gaming conventions I go to around the area. So.
What's even better is that with them making this little N64 mini console, and it looks nice too. They got it in black and they got it in gray with a wireless controller and everything. But like they also are giving it like the ability to give you the CRT TV look, like the big fat back TV look, but while playing in 4K.
Now I wonder, does it also stretch the image since now our screens are like wider? So
it does. It does say it upscales up to 4K.
It does. Oh,
shit. It upscales to 4K.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I want one.
$250.
I'm not.
I mean, how much was the N64?
That's a lot of money.
And
I can go use 64 for $30.
Have you seen like the controller is fire?
It is a nice controller. Yeah, it's the same company, the 8-bit Dio.
8-bit Dio.
Yeah, I have the wireless one for when I play Amazon Luna on my TV. Like they make good controllers.
What do you have on Amazon Luna on your TV?
$250. Y'all smoking some.
I played through some of the Trails of the Sky games I didn't have because that's on Luna. The RPGs. What else I playing there? Yeah, Resident Evil 2 remake played on there because I didn't have it on Steam yet. Okay. There's some solid games on Luna now. I actually haven't checked in a minute.
And you don't have it's not like a console or a little box or anything, is it? It's just
no, I got the Fire TV in my room, so it's got the app built in, and I can and you can sync up your Xbox One controller. I think it supports PS5 controller now, or the 8-bit Dio controllers and stuff, and then it just runs right from that.
8-bit dough.
8-bit, yeah, literally 8-bit dough. what controller you got? I got that 8-bit dough.
I got that 8-bit dough. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was a point that we wanted to, make sure that we let everybody know is that like, hey, if you ever wanted to play a little bit of N64, you've been missing it a little bit, then bada bam, that might be it.
If you want to pretend GoldenEye is better than Perfect Dark, you got that opportunity again.
Yeah, right.
What? What's that look?
It's the truth.
I only speak the gospel on here.
I don't know that that's the truth.
It's the truth. Perfect
that
Dark
GoldenEye is better than Perfect Dark, or
that Perfect Dark's better than GoldenEye.
I've never played Perfect Dark.
Word?
Isn't out, man.
Hold on, is this one? Let me see. Let's see.
Perfect Dark is lit. I'm not gonna lie.
I've never played Perfect Dark.
The fact that this is a game
that Farsight gun is the craziest gun in shooter history. I don't care anybody says.
Peacemaker is the craziest gun in shooter history.
No. The Farsight goes through walls. What do you mean, bro?
The Peacekeeper goes through, around, Well, I don't know if it goes through, but it definitely go around.
Real ones
as
know.
far as-
Real ones know. Spin Fuser from Tribes is the best gun of all time.
Oh, facts.
I'm not
did y'all
saying
play
best,
the
I'm
Tribes?
saying
Did y'all play
crazy.
that? The new one?
Yeah, I did. I felt bad for those kids I was playing against.
Nah, for real.
Yeah.
This is years of it's some years of experience, right?
No, that other people had Counter-Strike, Unreal. No, that was my game. Like if they ever made like some pro Tribes league, I would go back to that. Like I got our coach.
Weren't they making a new Tribes game?
They
Yeah.
did. But
Or well, I saw the demo or whatever it was a little while back, but that was the one that Hustle was playing, right?
yeah.
But did that ever release?
I think what I played was a play test.
Yeah, the play test.
Right. It was a play test, but that's what I'm saying. Did the game ever release?
Rivals still did not officially come out.
No, not yet.
Do we have a
the
date?
play test was solid.
Yeah, like I don't know why it's not out yet. Like, that
You said the play test was what?
It was
solid.
it played really well. That's why I'm surprised it's not out yet.
I mean, it looked like it was fun. I just, I was watching Hustle just lob grenades in different places, and it was like, I might think that this is kind of cool.
Actually, it looks like it's still early access. You can buy it for $20, but it looks like the recent reviews are mostly negatives. I don't know what they did.
Uh-oh.
That's a shame.
They fucked that up. Perfect Dark is not on.
Let's see.
Perfect Dark is not on Game Pass. I don't think
They
any of the
never-
rare stuff is on Game Pass.
They never ported Perfect Dark or Perfect Dark Zero to PC or anything. Even though they should, but
Was it on Xbox?
They did do a
Perfect
rare-
Dark Zero was on 360, and then they had the original Perfect Dark on Xbox Live Marketplace that you could get. So it's in their ecosystem to port, but they just haven't done it.
Okay.
Yeah, the only thing from Rare is Sea of Thieves. That's the only thing that's on here. And
Not even Banjo Kazooie?
Nope.
Nope.
Well, also the head, not Steve Ballmer. Who is it? Was it Major Nelson? One of the guys from Xbox was just like, "Oh, by the way, gamers don't care about Banjo Kazooie," and I'm like, "You don't know what you're talking about, sir."
Man, when that trailer for Banjo Kazooie going to Smash Ultimate came out, people lost their minds. I don't know what he's talking about.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he thinks that because people had a bad reception to Banjo Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, that they're not interested in Banjo Kazooie. No, we are. We just want a platformer. We don't want Nuts and Bolts. Nuts and Bolts suck.
What was Nuts and Bolts?
It was you played as characters resembling Banjo Kazooie, but instead of it being like a 3D platformer, you had to make it was like still a puzzle platformer game, but you had to make specialized vehicles to solve the puzzles. So, but it was just like, ain't nobody want this, bro. Like, just give me another platformer.
It's like if they turned Mario into a first-person shooter. You'd be like, the fuck?
I'm gonna be honest. The first-person Mario shooters would be an absolute.
Don't do that.
He said it was. He said it would be a disaster.
Oh,
It'll be a
I thought you said it's
disaster.
gonna be
Yeah,
that would be. A disaster.
yeah, and that's what it was with Banjo Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. Now it somehow worked for Metroid. I don't know how it did, but Metroid did it well.
Turning into a first-person shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Probably
mean,
dope,
because
right?
Samus is designed to run around and shoot stuff.
Yeah, so it wasn't like that was that far off. It's just take it from the side scroll to 3D space that you move around.
Like-
in.
Raijin gone. To be honest with you, Mega Man might make a good first-person shooter too.
I don't think he'd argue with you on that.
There already
No,
is
I
one.
think-
Metroid
on.
Prime.
No. No.
Metroid Prime.
I'm
man.
gonna let
It's
I'm gonna
literally-
hold on. I'm gonna let y'all in on some not well known hidden Mega Man lore.
What? Yo, I could not have planned. I could not have planned that any better because I got a little too far from my computer, so my headset kicked out, so I couldn't hear what y'all
So,
talking about.
You
And
didn't hear what he said
literally,
before,
as I'm
right?
back in the range, it's like, let me tell you about some hidden Mega Man lore. What's that?
Okay,
That?
because
I
Tone
got a
said
hot take for you, Raijin, that you ain't gonna like,
we
but
were
I'm
talking
gonna let him
about
cook
games that
first.
switch genres, and we were talking about Metroid. And Tone said that he thinks that Mega Man would be good as a first-person shooter, and I was about to mention that Capcom actually did make. Well, there is footage out there of a Mega Man X remake, not remake, reboot. Mega Man X reboot that is a first-person shooter.
Yeah, it was just called Maverick Hunter.
Yeah, it's called Maverick Hunter.
Yeah.
So it does exist. It's just not finished. They probably still have all the assets to it.
I've always said that if I was to make a new Mega Man X game, I would keep Axel and introduce Mega Man X7, but all three characters would have a crazy different campaign.
X9, bro.
Yeah, this is my dream for X9. X would still play like your traditional Mega Man platformy style, like dashing, like charge, getting different like sub weapons, like that.
Person?
It's like make it like a good 2.5D, like and stuff like that. Zero plays like a Metal Gear Rising, Revengeance, make it fast paced, or DMC, make it fast paced, counterattack, something like that. Make Axel play like a first person shooter.
Okay.
Like have Metroid Prime style boss fights for Axel, like where it's first person, you gotta like get different weapons, gliding around, but it'd be too much to do. I freely admit that, but I think that'll be a dope ass. I think that'll be a dope ass game.
Very much so, a lot to do. Like just listening to it was a lot. Like no offense, like, but I'm just saying, like thinking about the concept of it was like, that sounds like work. Like that sounds like 15 years of development right there. Because you're developing essentially 3 different games that you're gonna just kind of mash into one and probably blend with a cutscene.
That's what I want.
I actually just posted up the footage of Maverick Hunter in the group chat.
Yeah, it was they saw their success in Metroid Prime, like we could probably do this, and they were like, maybe not. Like,
I don't know. It doesn't look bad.
No, it didn't. That's the crazy thing. Like, it looks like this easily could have worked, but Capcom just did not have faith in it. Like after it got to a certain point for some reason.
I mean, but at this point, I'm starting to feel like Capcom doesn't have faith in anything.
If you ain't if you ain't Ryu Rathalos, then just get the hell out of here.
Yeah, or a fucking reboot,
or Phoenix Wright. My bad, Phoenix Wright.
I want to say, or a reboot of a Resident Evil game that they don't really.
Oh,
care.
true. Yeah, Resident Evil, Monster Hunter, Street Fighter. That's all we got. And Devil May Cry, but who knows if we're getting Devil May Cry.
Wasn't there another? There was another game that Capcom just recently came out with. That when they revealed it, I thought was Monster Hunter, and then they like dashed my hopes and dreams.
Oh, the thing that's on Game Pass that I still haven't played yet. I guess I still have to do that.
Probably. I actually have to look at that.
Where's my new Breath of Fire?
Kunigami?
Almost my new Breath of Fire.
Maybe I don't know. Hold on. It is Kunitsugami. You talking about?
Yeah, Kunitsugami.
Yeah,
that's what I said. Kunitsugami is close.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it had me intrigued at first, but
I just didn't pick it up.
If I'm gonna spend my money on something, it's probably not gonna be that.
You don't gotta spend your money on it. It's on Game Pass, bro. It was day one.
Oh yeah. If I'm gonna spend my time on something, it's probably not gonna be that.
Gotta rephrase.
Yeah, because I kind of still want to get Sword Art Online for them 20-man raids, cross-platform.
Like I think for me, it just didn't seem like my type of game. I thought it was gonna be more action / I
thought it was gonna be more Monster Hunter-y.
I didn't think that. I thought it was gonna be more Devil May Cry, but it's more like an action strategy game, and I'm just like,
it's a little slower, and the pacing is different than what we're used to. So
I'm pretty sure it's a great game.
Probably
that when they revealed the gameplay, I was like,
when's the last time Capcom bombed?
Wait, what?
I said, when's the last time Capcom bombed?
Oh. The last time they bombed?
It's like the last time that they put something out that just completely flopped.
Probably.
Honestly, not in a very long time. Like a legit bomb, which was like panned.
Like if you think about all of the
Might be
different
going-
AAA
might be-
studios,
Might be going back to like 90s, 2000s.
I was
that's
literally
what I'm saying. Like if you think about all of the different AAA studios, right? And you have to think of one game from each AAA studio that kind of flopped.
Nah, they really don't have a bomb in their history. Like I think
Who? I'm
Capcom.
sorry.
But you really think about it? I don't think
Cap.
they have a bomb. You say Cap? Well,
Give us one. I'm asking, when's the last time that you've known Capcom?
We're saying a game that
failure of a
bombed,
game.
like panned by
flop.
the industry. Like not that it didn't, not that you ain't like it, but like universally.
No, I
regarded,
thought didn't Devil May Cry is made by them, right?
Yes. The remake
Didn't
Or-
the remake flop?
No, the
Not-
remake-
No, it didn't.
Ninja Theory
did
made
not
that one.
flop. It a lot of people said they hated it, but it didn't flop.
Yeah,
What about
you know,
It's
what
funny
about
because
6?
now people are talking about they love it.
6 hasn't come out yet. 5 was universally like
5.
universally well received.
Yeah.
By the way, I love just a disclaimer. I love Devil May Cry. It's one of my favorite game series of all time.
Yeah, but like
So,
everybody
but I
hated
didn't-
it
I
when that
thought
game
that it
came
was-
out.
That's what I was saying. I thought that I could have sworn that people didn't like that game.
People
Like, I
did not like
because-
that game.
But
But
5? Oh,
They
Ninja
bought
Theory.
it and now they love it.
Yeah.
I think the only game I could say, not even really panned, but was just like no one cares about it, are the Monster Hunter Stories games.
I got nope.
I think but those are still seen as decent, but like
Yeah, because they put them on iOS.
yeah, but no one like wants them, so it's like that's
Because they're on Apple Arcade now. So I'm not
I got one.
What you
What?
got?
You and I both played this at Comic-Con. Umbrella Corps.
Oh
You
yeah,
still talking?
yeah,
that was
yeah,
the
that's it.
worst.
That game was
that's it.
trash. I'm not gonna lie.
That game
was trash.
is
Yeah.
just
Almost all the little Resident Evil spin-offs that they were doing for a little while, but those are all like 10 years ago.
They were still
Umbrella
trash. Though.
Corps was how long ago? Because that was like
That was
that's
like
the most. That's the
20,
stinker.
2016.
See? 8
I
years.
thought that game was horrendous, but that's
was.
just me.
Oh,
It was.
There was-
Oh,
there
it was.
There were a
Okay.
few. Like, didn't they have like a Resident Evil game that you had to use the light gun type thing?
Yeah,
That
but that's a light gun game. It's fine. If you
I don't
add
really
the light
know
gun to
any
PS2,
bad light gun game. They're all the same to me. Which is they're enjoyable to play.
Okay.
You think? Huh?
There was one that they made.
Are we still on Capcom?
I mean, sure. Go ahead if you got one.
Well, I don't. I was just asking because I have one.
Okay.
Oh no, we were just about light gun games. Like yeah, we're still on Capcom, but like it's some of those
I guess
Resident Evil.
Let me pull up a list.
that multiplayer add-on, that RE versus, that shit was trash too.
Yeah,
That
almost
recently
everything.
came out.
Yeah, that is kind of recent.
That was
came
bad.
out after-
That was bad. I tried so hard to give that thing a chance, and I was like, "This is not it, bro. This is not it." And y'all claim like this was gonna be like some next level shit to coincide with Resident Evil 8, and I was just like, "Nah, it was not." RE versus was not enjoyable.
I'll tell
I
you
think they
another
shut it
game that was
down.
kind of trash.
Which one?
The what was that? It was like it wasn't Street Fighter. It was like Capcom Fighters or something like that.
Capcom
What's up, Goji Senpai?
Fighting generation?
The fighting collection that just came out.
Hold on, let me see. No.
Well, they've had. Are you talking about like Fighting Evolution? Had the weird
Fighting
spell thing?
Evolution. Yeah, that's the one.
I don't know about that.
I thought it was
much-
trash.
Well, how much did it sell? That's the real question.
Now the thing with Capcom Fighting Evolution
Well,
is that
let's
it
Google that.
had. It was like a mashup Capcom fighting game that had characters from like all different games. So you had Street Fighter Alpha, Darkstalkers, Red Earth, and Third Strike characters mixed in one. But it was like, it's not a bad game. Like,
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's not a bad game.
Well, speaking of bad games and flops and things of that nature, how about we talk about one that we know did not flop? So, Insomniac Games released Spider-Man 2, right? It was released last year. It was a great game, amazing game. Played it, I beat it. We all know that I do not finish games. Like that should be my name. I do not finish games. But I played this and beat it, and the point where I put the game down was right before I was about to get a platinum trophy. Like, all I had to do was do some certain thing to 100 enemies, and I would have got a platinum. So I put it down.
I guarantee you it's probably use Miles' venom attacks against 100 enemies, because I think that was like
Yeah.
my second last trophy too.
It was either use Miles's or use
Peter's spider arms, or something like that.
Yeah, like the spider arm abilities 100 times. I was like, so you mean to tell me I have to grind like the little instances? I'm good. I'm good. But anyway, so we also know that last year Insomniac Games was hacked, and we did not address the hack. We still won't address some of the information. We still won't address the information that was leaked. But they had a lot of data that was actually leaked out to the public, including details about upcoming games, details about DLCs and things of that nature, story expansions, etc. At a point after the announcement, it was speculated that, at a point after the hack, we were pretty much confirmed that we were going to get some expansion to Spider-Man 2. But recently, not Capcom, Insomniac announced that they're not doing any more DLCs nor expansions for Spider-Man. So the game is done. There's no more story expansions for Spider-Man 2. That's it.
What you see is what you get.
After that announcement, speculation started flying around that maybe they're going to do a sequel game instead of doing like a story expansion. So there's a possibility we could get a sequel. There's a possibility that it could be a Venom spin-off game. There's no confirmation at this time, but they have successfully canceled the DLCs. That's pretty much all we got for that. We can speculate why we're not getting DLCs. We can say that it could be because, they're diverting resources to Wolverine. We can say that they're diverting resources to doing the next version of the game or the sequel or whatever. But how much of an impact does this have on Spider-Man going forward?
Do you mean the community?
No, the game. What you got, Blicky?
Yeah, let Blicky go.
I believe that with the trajectory of how all of the recent Spider-Man games have went, with Spider-Man, Miles, then of course Spider-Man Miles Morales, and now Spider-Man 2, I feel like they've showed enough bads in the Spider-Man, because don't get me wrong, Spider-Man has a lot of enemies, but he doesn't have that many like major enemies that they can make those games off of that haven't already been in the games. That's the key part. That haven't already been in the games.
So
we've had
basically,
Electro, we've seen Rhino, we've seen Mysterio, we've seen Doc Ock, we've seen Scorpion, we've seen Craven, we've seen majority of his major enemies. You see what I'm saying? But we also know that they have something else in the cooker in the form of Wolverine, right? So I'm with what Tone said. I think that all of it, there's no reason to come out with another Spider-Man game before you come out with that Wolverine game. It just doesn't make sense to me.
I agree that Wolverine should be the next game. However, we still need a Green Goblin game.
Yeah.
A Green Goblin game?
Well, Green Goblin villain as the game. Like, Norman's in the game, but no, there's no Goblin. They're setting up.
Yeah, they were setting up the Goblin.
But it's like, we still need Green Goblin in some way in one of these Spider-Man games.
And I'm still avoiding spoilers for Spider-Man, even though I've beaten it, but just in case others have not beaten it. So we're not going to go into the details of like Green Goblin and
they set up a certain villain that now I'm not going to get DLC for that.
Rumored to be a DLC. See, that's the thing. Like, I honestly think the main like hiccup was the leaks, because they saw how ill-received that like multiplayer or like Spider-Man game that they were trying to work on in the engine.
Ill-received or well-received?
Ill-received.
Ill-received.
People were cool with like the one potential villain DLC, because that made sense because of how they set it up in one of the side missions in 2. But then they were like, "Oh, we're gonna make this online pseudo games, this like live service Spider-Man multiplayer game," and it's just like no one I don't think anyone wanted that. But I think they put too many resources into that and saw how ill received it was, and then they lost a lot of capital for what they were planning. So they scrapped everything. They basically just scorched earth everything they had planned. It's crazy that not one DLC is at least coming out for.
Yeah, like,
At
and
least give me some costumes.
yeah, I don't know.
Very
They
least.
just said that they're not doing any story expansions. I don't know if they're not gonna, but I mean, at this point, they still haven't put any new costumes out or anything like that. So it kind of makes me wonder if they're gonna even do any more costume expansions. You know, they apparently seem to have some kind of deal with Adidas, but you know, who knows?
And it's so dumb because like the game sold well, very well. They
Yeah.
did very well that year of having Spider-Man 2 come out. Very well received. It's just like y'all not, so we not
Having
doing-
Spider-Man 2 come out behind Baldur's Gate 3
that was a great year.
and Tears
Oh
of the
my
Kingdom
God. That was a great year to be a gamer.
last year.
Last year was
Yeah.
an amazing Spider-Man year in general because we had Across the Spider-Verse and we had Spider-Man 2 come out last year.
And now this year, you know, we're not getting Across the Spider-Verse or any DLCs.
And they were doing a bunch of crazy Spider-Man shit in the comics too, like good Spider-Man shit in the comics as well too. So it's like it was a
They
good
are.
last year was a good year to be a Spider-Man fan.
Every year's a good year to be a Spider-Man fan. He's not. I mean, it's not like he's not the greatest hero that Marvel's ever came up with.
A lot of people act like he's not though, and I sometimes want to punch people in the throat.
No, what's
I can't
weird is
just-
a lot of people do not put him as like one of the three biggest superheroes in
The world?
the world.
In the world,
'Cause
like there's no ifs, ands, or
Top flight security of the world. man.
'Cause here's the thing. Realistically speaking,
Hey,
the top three most well-known heroes in the world: Spider-Man, Superman, Batman. That's it. Wonder Woman comes in fourth, but the top
Is that a fact?
Wonder Woman? Wonder Woman does not come in fourth.
I'm about to say, is that a fact? I thought Captain America would come in behind it.
No, I don't even think it's Captain
No.
America. I personally
As far
believe that
as known.
Iron Man
We're
is more
talking
popular than
well-known.
Captain
World,
America.
world,
Best, but
for
well known.
world, as in terms
Yeah.
of global impact.
Yes.
Global
So y'all
impact
gonna act
in
like the Hulk
merchandise-
ain't supposed to be like right there?
We're talking.
I mean, we didn't say
merchandise
that.
Sales too. We're talking cultural impact, merchandise sales, all that sort of shit, right?
Well,
It
Ryan just
goes-
gonna give us some numbers in a second.
It's gonna go.
No, I'm just curious.
What we got, Mr. Wizard?
Now I was trying to see because I was like, I remember reading years ago that Spider-Man has made the most money singularly for like a single comic book
Hulk
character.
is 5,
Yeah,
Wolverine is 4. That's what Goji Senpai said.
Okay.
Yeah, because like I said, you show
Wonder
anybody-
Woman probably isn't even top 10.
Wrong.
I agree.
At least 4 or 5.
I agree. I don't
You
think
just
he's
said
top 10.
Hulk is 5, Wolverine is 4.
And then you also got to think you got Batman, you got Superman, you got the Flash. The Flash is up there for sure.
Green Lantern.
I don't know about the
You
Green
still got
Lantern.
Black Panther, Captain America.
You feel me?
Cat.
Iron Man.
I love Black Panther, but he is not high up on that list. We're talking global impact. Global. We're talking this.
Are
is
we talking
merchandise.
recognition or are we talking like monetization?
We're talking monetization. We're talking about like
So the whole spectrum type.
recognition. We're talking recognition, global impact. Like if you show some random Joe Schmo somewhere that in another country a picture
gonna
of
know who Black
Spider-Man, they're
Panther
gonna
is.
go
So,
Spider-Man.
so I got the list. Single
We get the
hero
top 10.
money number one for this franchise wise, movies, toys, like games, whatever.
Merchandise, all of that.
Yeah, Batman's number one.
Uh-huh.
Spider-Man's number two.
Right?
Third single character goes down a little bit. I believe was Superman. Actually, no, X-Men as a franchise, then Superman. But if we're going single character, Superman.
Superman, yeah.
Then it's hard to get like compares. Like Hulk's just gonna be under Marvel because it's not seen as a franchise. Wolverine's just gonna be under X-Men. So it's like, and then after that, then Captain America's next. So Captain America's fourth for a single character.
Where's Wonder Woman fall on that list?
Black Panther's actually African American, so 5th.
Okay,
Wonder Woman's not even listed on here.
that's crazy. That's actually crazy.
So money wise, you got top 5 is Batman, Spider-Man, Superman, Captain America, Black Panther.
So I still was right about them being the top 3.
Oh yeah, well nobody's disputing that.
Someone did dispute me on that. I think Blicky did.
I don't think Blinky did. I disputed you on what? Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Oh, actually, no. Hold on. Forget my dumbass. Forget my dumbass. I can't read. Thor is 4th. Iron Man's 5th.
Thor is 4th?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Thor has been putting up numbers.
First of all, you also have to think that Thor is older than Iron Man. I think. Isn't Thor older than Iron Man?
By a year. So they're around the same time.
Okay. Yeah, it's not that far off from the creation. No, but I'm pretty sure Blicky did debate.
No, we were debating Wonder Woman. Everybody was disputing Wonder Woman because even Goji said Wonder Woman ain't up there.
Well, hold on. Who you talk about, Hustle?
I said the top 3. I said the top 3.
Oh, nobody disputed that. Batman, Superman, Spider-Man. We got
nah. There's nothing to argue on that one.
Okay.
I argued the fact that Wonder Woman, you had Wonder Woman at like 4 or something, which is crazy.
I was wrong about that.
Wonder Woman, I can't even put in my top 10. List. And if I'm keeping it a bean, if I'm using like all heroes, she don't even make it in my top 20. I said it. And it's no shade towards Wonder Woman because she's cold. She's definitely cold. As far as power, she's up there. You feel me? But
her sister.
I agree.
She's in fucking Multiverses. I actually got to re-download that just to try her out.
Who?
Can I just get a Marvel Nemesis game?
Nubia in Multiverses? I know that.
Apparently, yeah.
Apparently.
I just want a Marvel Nemesis game.
One like Marvel Nemesis?
Yeah, Marvel Nemesis game. Mm-hmm.
Like another one?
A long time ago.
Mm-hmm. Did they make a new one?
Well, they made a remake a couple years ago, and it was all right. It's not as good as the 2 remake, and it's not as good as the 4 remake. You said Resident Evil Nemesis, right?
No,
Marvel Nemesis.
Right.
I was about to say, wait a minute, I missed that trade. Wait a minute, I missed that trade.
Rise of the Imperfects. Oh yeah, that was a solid game.
That's what I said. Another one, like a new one.
That was a great game, bro. And then with all the stuff they got going on with Marvel right now, what they can do with that kind of Marvel fighting game, with what's been created with Fox in the MCU recently. Just imagine those different, just the different levels that you could fight on, right? Fighting in this the Doctor Strange place. What's it? The Sanctum Sanctorum.
Yep.
Yeah, fighting there, fighting on the ship that Hulk got his head beat in by Thanos on, fighting. Honestly, there's just so much
leaning on Batman since the 80s.
Listen, if I was Disney, I'm telling Capcom, I'm dropping a bag at Capcom, be like, hey yo, look. Hook us up with a good Marvel fighting game. You get all the characters. We don't give a damn. Just
Disney too busy doing Marvel TCGs now. They see where that TCG money is because
they got that Marvel pack and Magic Brothers, bro.
He was in a onesie.
So the thing is that I'm sorry, Loon.
Hey yo, I'm fucking dead.
I'm so sorry, Loon. So anyway,
I'm laughing so hard I'm sweating. I'm sorry. My bad, Loon.
Oh God.
Luckily they didn't see what I seen.
Oh God. So anyway, yikes.
Let that man be comfortable.
Yo.
So anyway,
you're right. You say.
Yeah, Marvel. Between Marvel Snap and now they have a Marvel set coming out in Magic the Gathering, and they also
You
have
playing
a
that-
Marvel set coming out in White Schwartz. So they are literally trying to get that TCG money. It's like
It's gonna sell.
Yeah.
It is going to sell.
I know people who are already looking for cases, not just boxes, cases of the Magic the Gathering sets. Like, dude was like, "Oh, when can I pre-order cases?" Like, my guy, it's not coming out until 2025 sometime, like mid-year. Like,
How much does the case cost?
I'm gonna put it like this: on average, cases are between 12 and 16 boxes. So you talking over a stack.
Never mind. I mean, like a box. How much? Is a box?
Like you be talking like a stack when you want a case of cards.
How
Like,
much is a box?
and usually boxes could run any. It depends on the game too. So like games like Weiss, you might be able to find a box for like 60 to 100, and then like Magic the Gathering, boxes could run anywhere from like 120 to 180, maybe 200.
Yeah, that's not.
So it depends on like what you playing and like how
Booster
far
box, my bad.
huh?
Yeah, my bad. I'm sorry. Yeah, booster boxes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like that's what I was we talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, it depends on how far into everything that you want to go, or what game. This Magic the Gathering been around since '92, I want to say. So and even Goji Senpai said, because those Magic the Gathering crossover sets be broken and the resale is bonkers. Even the Fallout set, the resale was at like $500-$600 for a box, just for Fallout 3 crossover cards.
Ooh.
I'm surprised.
Brother. Ooh.
I'm surprised that the Assassin's Creed ain't going crazy right now. I mean, it's a little high, but like I could still find Assassin's Creed like booster packs, and they said there's a foil card in every pack, but like there'd be like 7 cards. I think I saw some earlier on like either like Hot Topic or Box Lunch or some shit. So
Booster boxes ain't that terrible.
depends on what set.
Well, I'm looking at the Magic the Gathering genre.
That's what I'm saying. Depends on what set.
Yo, the Cyberpunk one they made is like 8% off. That's not bad. 114.
Off. That is an odd number to give a discount on.
So it's like $114, but you're looking at
that's
36. You're looking at 36 packs.
Mm-hmm. Now, what about the Fallout one?
Did that actually come out yet?
Goji said, "Yeah, I don't even play Magic the Gathering, but I try to get my hands on a Fallout set. Let's just say I'd rather tell Todd Howard Starfield is a great game to his face."
Listen, you want to put gun in my head or make me do that? Gun in my head, bro. I'm dead then.
Bro,
I ain't doing
he just said he'd rather do that than to try to find that Fallout set. That's crazy. So speaking back on Insomniac and Spider-Man 2, if you knew this game didn't have any DLC from the start, would you have bought the game?
I knew there wasn't going to be DLC from the start.
If you knew from the start there was going to be no DLC, and what you see is what you get, would you have still bought the game?
Yeah. I don't buy a game based on if there's going to be DLC on it or not. It's disappointing if there is, like, if it's a really good game that I really enjoy and there's a reason story-wise, narratively-wise to have DLC in it and there isn't, I'll be disappointed, but it's not a requirement.
Like, if the game is still obviously selling, but like if the game is still selling well, does this impact its future sales?
It'd be weird for like people to not buy it just because it's not gonna have DLC. Like if you,
you see Goji, he said, as the Spider-Man of this universe, yeah, I still would have bought it, but I would have waited for a sale.
But did you get it thinking that you were going to get DLC though? Because that is the question.
I
didn't buy it thinking there's going to be DLC. I bought it for the story that I was presented.
I'm going to be honest with
That
you.
was me.
Like after the first one, I just kind of felt like it was coming.
Yeah, no, I understand because the first one had like 3 DLCs to it.
And what he said is literally exactly how a lot of people feel. Only because I wasn't too big on the story as a whole. it didn't feel complete. They left so many loose ends. Like if you think about the story, right? Like I would have waited. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the story just like, first of all, we don't know what happened to Venom. We don't know what happened to the symbiote. We don't know no.
We know. We know.
We don't know what
symbiotes
happened.
out there.
We know what happened to the main boss of the game, or to the main bad guy of the game. But like, there's just so much more that they were starting to work into that we didn't get.
Yeah, and like clearly symbiotes are still out there. We know that. You know that after you beat the game and you're still fighting symbiotes.
Right. Right. Carnage and whatever else could
That's still
potentially
out there.
happen. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he said he didn't buy it for the DLC, but the way they left the story off truly felt like they had plans to wrap it up in a DLC and not just a sequel.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I can see that.
And then he said it was left way more open-ended than the first one, and the first one followed up on things with the City That Sleeps DLC set. So
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. And you know, they left us with expectations after the first one, and then after the Miles Morales in between game, like they filled in some of the gaps to kind of bring everything to.
There's a lot more closure with the first game and Miles Morales than there is in Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you feel that way, E, because
No, like it's not wrong, because like what Goji said, like it feels like they were banking on making DLC to flesh out what gaps they had in the story. Like I still had a lot of fun with the game. I still think it's great. I don't know what's been with the recent trend, everyone trying to say the game's bad. The game's not bad by any stretch.
The game ain't bad, no.
Yeah, like there's been like a new like campaign on Twitter, like, are we tired of pretending this game's good? It's like, no, the game's been good the whole time. It's like, if something's disappointing you, that's fine. But it's not a bad game though. But
that I think is just clout chasing. It's just trying to like.
You come up with a controversial opinion, and then you try to get everybody else to rally behind that stupid, smooth brain controversial opinion, hoping that they were just gonna ride with you, and then you get your moment of virility.
Yeah,
but
gotta get that money.
But yeah, like it seemed like they 1000% say like had DLC planned, and it just got scrapped. I understand scrapping the ideas that are poorly received, but everyone was looking forward to the Spider-Man 2 DLCs. When the leaks came out, people were like, "Oh shit, that would be cool," and then it's like, "Nah, never mind."
Yeah,
you don't get it no more.
But now, when it comes down to speculation on why they canceled the DLC, obviously with the leaks and hacks, there's a deadline for Wolverine. I think maybe it could be literally that they're diverting resources straight to that.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
So it might not be that they scrapped the idea because it wasn't well received, but if they take those ideas and put it in whatever the sequel is or whatever, then I might be okay with it. But like, don't give us a Venom spin-off game and then like think that we gonna forget about what happened in Spider-Man 2.
And it makes me wonder, if they do a Venom spin-off game, are they gonna make it Eddie Brock? Because I'm not trying to get into spoilers.
That's what I'm saying. Like, are they gonna anti-hero Venom it? Are they gonna stick with the original?
They would have to anti-hero Venom it. Like,
but
I don't, because if you do the regular like villain Venom, he's gonna be fighting Spider-Man the whole damn time. Like,
could you imagine?
As a villain, who else is he gonna fight?
Carnage. I mean, that's
at that point he's the anti-hero.
Carnage, no.
Yeah, but he's still the anti-hero though. Like, he's still not the villain because they're the villains.
Clearly does.
Don't say that K word no more. With that piece of shit movie coming out Friday. We don't talk about that.
Oh God, I forgot that's this week, man.
Wait, what y'all talking about? What movie?
Venom
3 comes out on Friday.
Oh, Venom 3 comes out this Friday?
Yeah.
Wait, is Noel supposed to be in there or something?
Yeah.
He's in the trailer. They showed him.
Yeah.
I haven't watched the trailer, bro. I don't
watch TV. I don't watch
real
great.
Listen, I have been baptized in RP and anime. That's it. That's all I've been.
Listen,
I don't be saying that.
If that movie ends up being good, I will be very shocked by that.
If they couldn't, if they couldn't make Carnage work, I got no faith to this movie. Not like I
Yo,
expected
better.
Carnage to work, but it's like I at least expected a fun movie. But that, oh my
Y'all
god,
didn't like Carnage?
How'd you fuck up Carnage? No, not Carnage. Listen, Woody Harrelson as Cletus Cassidy was good.
I thought Carnage was great. I thought it was a good movie.
That was not it. That movie
I thought it was a
not
good movie.
it at all.
Now, of course, if I'm comparing it to like the standard of like Endgame or something, then
Or even the Spider-Man movies.
or the Spider-Man, like, if I'm gauging it by like the greatness of other like those type of movies, is of course it's gonna be subpar. But I believe that's based off of the studio.
I
They
mean,
don't have-
Carnage kind of came out and was just like, let me gobble that weenie.
You.
I
He
cannot,
did.
bro.
Bro, the anime is good. The anime is like really good. If you haven't seen it.
Exactly. It's a good Sony Marvel movie, man.
Oh no, I was talking about Dan.
Yeah, we were not talking about that piece of shit Carnage movie. That movie
You
still
talking about
sucks.
the anime?
That's where the whole "let me gobble that weenie" joke came from,
I haven't seen that.
bro.
I gotta watch that. Yeah,
Bro. We're not gonna go too far in it, but Granny Seiko is gonna make you watch that episode twice. I'm just telling you. Hustle looking like what? What are you talking about? Yeah, Granny Seiko is a buzz all over TikTok right now.
yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch
That's
this.
it's a very talented woman.
Absolutely. She was like, I'm a fake psychic. Don't you remember? Bro, the first thing she did was get out the car and dish out some nice ass whoopings.
Oh, Jesus.
What you looking at over there?
Man.
What you looking at? What you looking
I was
at?
like, who the fuck are they talking about? I was like, oh, right. That's what you talking about. Okay.
Yeah. I might watch it again from the beginning. All 3 episodes.
Hey, yo.
It's a good anime. It's like really good. All right, so
I just want to say one thing because I was actually pretty hype about this anime, but why do I feel like Dragon Ball Daima has probably the slowest start that I've ever seen out of any anime? Like it's nothingness has happened so far. Like nothingness.
It's been 2 episodes.
I know,
Exactly.
right?
Episodes.
I'm used to the first episode starting off with a bang. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Demon
you got to
Slayer.
remember that Super
Attack on
started off
DBZ.
with the Beerus movie.
I ain't even talking about just deep. I'm just talking about like the landscape of anime right now. The first episode usually starts off with a bang.
Have you
It
watched
usually
It
the
kind of
original
did
first
start off with a
episode of
bang.
Dragon Ball?
They did.
Yeah, I
what
did. They turned them to kids.
No,
No,
I'm saying
what
no.
I'm saying is like I'm not trying to spoil
Old school
anything.
Dragon Ball. Have you watched the first original episode of old school Dragon Ball when Goku was a kid? It is a very slow start too.
Yeah,
Because it is
that
an
is true.
adventure
But I'm not.
anime.
And
I
this
ain't
is-
talking about the
You also
anime.
gotta
from
remember
way
this is
back
right
when.
off of Boo.
I know that.
There's a
What
lot
I'm
of
saying is-
story to be told and a lot of exposition.
The Rosette
And
piece.
We probably about to start getting into
They could have just put those first 2 episodes in one and made it like a special
1 hour episode.
Like
Listen,
a special 1 hour
I
after
kind of agree
episode.
with that. Like,
I feel like the
do
first
longer
they could have just put that
episode
together.
one.
Like,
They didn't really need to recap the shit that happened up to Boo.
oh, but it was so great to watch.
I mean,
but
it.
it was
That's years
It
ago.
was so
like,
beautiful, dog.
a lot
I
of
go
people don't even
hold
know
you.
what happened in Boo.
I go hold you. I kind of want DBZ reanimated in that style because that was
Bro,
I don't.
That
I don't.
Magic Vegeta
Bro.
fight.
Leave
in that style.
I'm
Was,
sick of that shit. We don't need another Dragon
Ugh.
Ball Kai. All right, we don't need another Dragon Ball Kai. We don't. We've got Dragon Ball Kai.
I mean, if you take Dragon Ball and take out the charge up times, it actually might end up being good.
put that animation in that we saw that Magic Vegeta fight in.
Like,
Oh,
I'll tell you one thing: Hustle was afraid that it was going to look like Super did when it first came.
yeah.
Ooh,
Oh
I
my
was too.
God.
I ain't gonna lie. I was too.
That was rough.
Thank God.
That was rough.
And I mean, super clean.
But it could
cleaned
it
itself
could
up later.
always be worse. It could look like superheroes.
Ooh, yeah, that weird that weird 3D animation that clearly
Yeah.
looks like 3D, but then they try to make it not look like 3D, and it's like, I
Hey,
don't like this.
It didn't really look that bad to me. I thought it looked decent.
Yeah, superheroes.
I don't,
Alright.
I don't
saw
like
it
that
later.
CGI shit. I don't
Yeah,
like
I
the
saw it
CGI.
later.
Yeah, a lot of people feel that way about CGI, but like because even with like Blue Lock, they felt like that. But like I
So
don't.
speaking of Blue Lock, I don't know what they doing with that animation this season. Oh my
Bro,
God.
they gave us a graphic comic.
Yo, like
They literally
that
just
drop
gave us
off
the
is
anime. Like,
wild.
Is
yeah.
it worse? Wait, hold on. Is it worse than the drop off from Uzumaki? Because that shit.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Uzumaki is animated.
Oh,
Blue
you're talking
Lock,
about in
the only
manga.
thing that moves is the ball.
No, like remember the
Oh,
crazy
no. Did
flash
they did that
scenes
to
in
Blue
season
Lock?
1? I guess they lost like 80% of the budget because it's literally like a slideshow sometimes when they're like
It's literally like they're sitting still and he's thinking while like it'd be like and then he'd be like da 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 da, and they'd be talking, and then the ball might travel a little bit or something, but like
Too bad I didn't like it that much in the first place. So I
1
can't
minute
really
of
be
bad Blue
disappointed.
Lock animation.
there's already compilations of it.
out of 2 episodes.
Someone said this is no longer an animation; it's a PowerPoint presentation.
I just said
Damn.
they gave you
Oh,
they gave you a animated comic. Like it's literally a spoken comic.
Oh my God.
yeah, I don't
Oh
know
shit!
what
I just
happened.
got a coat here.
And like legitimately, Blue Lock is actually one of the animes that I really liked.
It's
And then speaking of animations and things like that, as we know, One Piece is going on hiatus. One Piece is going on hiatus until April, but they actually went out with a little bit of a bang. I hear that the letter to the
oh, that episode was fun.
like Nami was supposedly like a really good episode. I haven't watched it yet. It's on my list.
It was a lot of fun. Like if they could do more stuff like that, like it's like a
That would be
retelling
good
of-
filler.
Yeah, like it's a retelling of future events, but with like current animation with like some more comedy and some side stuff. Like that was a fun episode. So if they do more stuff like that, I won't mind the break as much. For the
Well,
anime.
they're
But at
actually
least the
doing
manga's still coming out.
they're actually doing Sabati, I believe, or was it no Fishman Island?
Return to Sabaody and Fishman Island arc. They're like it's Return to Sabaody and then Fishman Island.
Yeah,
Like,
combining the two or whatever.
Wait,
so
wait,
like
you talking about the One Piece
anime.
No, the
no, that's the Netflix one.
Yeah, no. They actually are re-showing Sabaody, like the Return to Sabaody Archipelago and Fishman Island in new animation.
I thought they were already going to be doing that, like they were doing the entire thing.
You're thinking there's
That's
gonna
a
be two.
remake.
So just rewind. There's gonna be 2 different One Piece animes at some point. There's gonna be the full remake Netflix is doing, but because I think it's mainly because I was talking about last week. I think it's because the anime was getting too close to where the manga is now.
Yes,
They're taking a 6-month break of animating.
there's no source material.
There is, but
there is source material, but it's caught up. It's almost caught up almost completely.
Yeah.
And if they let it fully catch up, then they're gonna have to go to Full Metal Alchemist route. And nobody wants One Piece to go on a Full Metal Alchemist route after 25 years.
Yeah, so they're giving that anime
25 years old.
So the current animators are just going to be redoing 2 arcs that were not well received after the time skip.
Got you. Okay. Oh yeah, that's a good. I mean, honestly, it's a good way to spend time or update.
I mean, they redid colors, they redid bro. If you see some of the visual comparisons from old to new, you can be like, yeah, I'm gonna watch this.
I want to see that, but like the first art.
That's what the Netflix.
That's what the remake is.
Okay.
On Netflix.
Right. So the remake is going to be first arc, new animation, completely.
Most likely everything up to time skip.
Yeah.
But I wonder if they're also going to like condense a lot of stuff down.
They said they are.
That's great.
If you wanted to watch One Piece condensed, there's actually something called One Pace, where it cuts out filler, chops down a lot of the content that's unnecessary.
Yeah, all the
What the
overloaded.
fuck didn't you tell me about that?
I did tell you about this years ago. You don't pay attention. Now, as he was saying, it cuts down scenes that just have a little too much fluff of extra frames for no reason. Gets rid of filler. It cuts down the watch time by like 30% of just getting rid of unnecessary like minutes and like trimming the fat. But yeah, like if you just like you said, Google One Piece and you can watch. I tell people to watch it all the time. Like I can't watch One Piece. Like watch One Piece. It's like what's that? I was like, you complain how many episodes it is, so this eliminates 30 to 40% of the watch time, and you caught
Right.
up. It's like,
oh, looking at the time, it looks like we got to move forward a little bit. So we did talk about Insomniac, but one thing that we want to talk about real quick before we go, just so that everybody knows what's happening. Sony is doing some things, and they're trying to keep some games from some players. They want exclusivity. Now, obviously, we know that Sony is known for their exclusives, or they're known for their exclusivity contracts for things like Final Fantasy 16, and where it's like a timed exclusive where they'll get it for maybe a year and a half, however long. But Pearl Abyss is a company that made Black Desert Online, and they're also the company that's actually developing Crimson Desert. It appeared that Pearl Abyss was reportedly offered a deal from Sony for a PS5 limited exclusivity contract, and that would be in place to prevent the game from initially launching on Xbox for an undisclosed amount of time. In the report, it stated that Pearl Abyss actually did decline this deal, and they felt that self-publishing would be the best option for them and would be more profitable. Additionally, Sony stated that Crimson Desert reminded them of their own IP, Ghost of Tsushima, and so that could be a reason for Sony having wanted to issue that deal out to Pearl Abyss. And Pearl Abyss also chose, instead of going into using like Unreal Engine 5, they chose to create their own in-house game engine for Crimson Desert as well. They felt that using a commercial engine was going to take away from some of the things that they wanted to implement in the game, like how a character behaves during the day versus during the night, when it's hot versus when it's cold, etc. So they wanted like different weather effects. They wanted to be able to have the freedom to add some of those nuances and details. As of now, Crimson Desert has actually been delayed until Q2 of 2025. But do we really think that Sony is trying to keep players from getting their hands on some games by limiting things to be exclusive to their consoles?
I mean,
I got a song for y'all. It's cool when they do it, but it's a problem when I do it. Y'all know the rest of it.
He's not wrong.
It's cool when they do it, but it's a problem when I do it. All right, Sony, do your thing, man.
Xbox been doing that for years, and ain't nobody said shit.
How anybody gonna say anything to Sony like they didn't just put Black Ops 6 on Game Pass? You know what I'm saying? Like they ain't been doing this.
Didn't they also? Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Microsoft also say that they weren't going to do that because they told that?
No, they said that they weren't going to lock behind a super exclusive Game Pass.
But I thought they also said they weren't going to put it on Game Pass to the FCC because
they had the option to put it on Game Pass, obviously, which they did. But part of the stipulation when they were talking to EU and the FCC was like because of anti-competitive clauses, like we can't let you buy these franchises that have existed for decades and then you make it not available to everyone else just because you're buying it.
Yeah,
right. But if they could,
they would.
They could. They would. 100%.
They would.
They would. They doing everything, bro. Microsoft has been buying companies. They've been putting everything on Game Pass. All their most popular exclusives is going on Game Pass. Like they've been doing this for the last 5 years now? Just buying like super large game companies and turning them all
Activision Blizzard.
How many more companies can Microsoft buy before they're not allowed to anymore?
They shouldn't be allowed to anymore now.
Yeah, I think the issue is just like I don't think another big company would be like we were talking about Ubisoft kind of being on like like against the ropes and stuff like that now. Like, I don't think there's any way Microsoft would be allowed to buy Ubisoft.
They should not
No.
be.
Like,
I mean,
They definitely
Tencent getting them is kind of just as bad, if not worse.
Wait, what?
but the thing
Tencent
is,
getting Ubisoft is just as bad, if not worse.
Wait, did Tencent get Ubisoft?
no,
didn't.
there's
What I'm saying
rumors.
is that was-
There's rumors
Yeah.
they're interested in like putting up the capital to buy them. But the thing is, like, most of Tencent's properties besides Riot Games are like all just like gotcha
Trash.
Asian only like mobile games and stuff like that.
It's trash.
But they do own a large percentage of the gaming industry.
They
I'd
do.
rather take two bought them.
With the esports
But-
for sure.
But the biggest games they own are League of Legends,
League of Legends.
Path of Exile. Out of like big games, I think that's
Don't they
really
own?
just those
Valorant?
two franchises. Well,
Didn't they make
anything,
Valorant?
yeah, anything
Yeah,
under Riot, yeah.
That's right.
Don't they also own a portion of Epic?
Yeah.
Like they have a stake in Epic.
Yep.
Yeah.
They got a stake in a lot of different companies. Baldur's
I was
Gate.
about to say.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
They got a stake in a lot of different companies and a lot of different games. So like Tencent is definitely one of those companies where like they could be sneaky good, like out of nowhere. So
They need to just let Sega buy them. Just let
Sega don't got
Sega
the
just-
money. Sega cannot buy.
Well,
Sega-
Microsoft
Sega
not have the money.
Microsoft needs to front Sega some money.
well,
So they
Sega's
can
been
buy it.
surviving based off of, or basically by developing games like like
Yaku-
Dragon.
Like a Dragon and Persona and all the other Atlas games,
Right.
and keeping
Yeah.
them afloat because they publish all those games.
Well, now also Sega is merged with Atlas.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh
like
yeah, that too.
they've been surviving based off of just publishing and stuff like that.
Games.
So
Yeah, just publishing games. Well, I would like to see them be financially strong enough to be a hardware manufacturer again, but that's my dream of another Sega console.
I mean, to
I
me,
get that.
being a hardware manufacturer is kind of a dub. Like it's a loss.
Yeah, but at the same time,
The
I'd
only
like to
company,
see one
the only
last Sega
companies who are
console.
going green in hardware right now are Nintendo and Sony.
Yeah, because
It-
Microsoft couldn't make it work.
At this point, like, well, here's the thing: between R&D, and material, like software development for said console to run whatever skin that they run or whatever, like Microsoft isn't moving as many units, so it just makes sense. Like even if Microsoft chose to like not put out any more Xboxes and continue to make games, right, and put games and make them available on like streaming devices, like it could work. And that's where Microsoft would be like in green. You know what I'm saying? Like they would still take a little bit of a loss because they would have to get licenses to put them on these different things. But like you could have these companies pay for the licenses for your games.
Yeah, that's true. You ain't wrong.
So you can basically recoup some of your development costs by having these companies pay for these licenses. You could get a percentage off of each sale.
Very true.
This way, if you eliminate yourself out of the console race, right? And there's only 2 consoles available to buy, right? Sony and Nintendo. Imagine this. So, and then you make Game Pass available on Sony PlayStations. You don't merge with Sony, you just make it available. You make your games available on Sony consoles because you know the Sony consoles can run your stuff, right? You get paid from Sony for allowing them to use Game Pass, for allowing them to publish your not to publish, but to put your games in their market, and you get a cut off of each game sold.
Yeah,
Where are you losing?
nah, that's true.
Honestly, I think that's the direction they're going.
Oh yeah,
you
I think
utilize your greatest competition.
eventually Microsoft is just going to drop out of manufacturing hardware and just become a publisher.
Goji said that they were putting the Game Pass on the Switch, or at least they were in this discussion.
They were talking about it, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That
Like,
that
but-
almost happened.
I
Yeah,
can see
like,
that
it just
happening.
feels like, Game Pass on the Switch, the Switch just isn't strong enough.
I'm not saying
Current
obviously.
Switch.
No. It would have to be the one that allows you to stream.
Right. But even
That's the only
then,
way it would work.
the hardware still has to take some of the impact.
Yeah. I forgot what game it is that's on there, but it's
Kingdom Hearts.
strictly.
I was literally about to say that it's like an
It's Kingdom
emulator.
Hearts. All the Kingdom Hearts on the Switch are via like a cloud emulator.
Yeah, same with Doom. Doom is
But
also
do they
on the
run?
Switch, but
Like, how do they
it's
run
streamed.
though?
It's not.
It's streamed, so
I
you know.
did not have the faith to try and test that out on my Switch.
I mean, even when you got games like Breath of the Wild that kind of struggle, like I just don't have the confidence that it's there at this time. You know what I'm saying? Like the Breath of the Wild ran at 28 FPS.
Did you see Mortal Kombat 1 on the
Are
Switch?
you?
It's like a whole different game.
It is a whole different game. That is not Mortal Kombat 1. That is Mortal Kombat half. Mortal Kombat 3/4, because that is definitely not
Mortal Kombat -1.
The whole they didn't reach the whole one. They could not figure out how to move that decimal point to the left.
Like Mortal Kombat 0.001. Wait, that shit was terrible.
So yeah, no. But things like Mortal Kombat 1, things like how FIFA runs on the Switch, those are things that make me a little less confident that you'll be able to that you'll see like Xbox games running like what you expect from an Xbox game to be on a Switch. That's no jab at Xbox. That's a jab at Nintendo making system that has outdated hardware, because I believe the Switch currently only has what a gig of not a gig. How much is it? No, like a gig or like it's a very small amount of RAM, like 2 gigs of RAM or something like that. Like,
Please don't put that on Switch. Just don't do it.
that's what I'm saying. Like that, and to be honest with you, if you're gonna help Sony propel themselves like in that Nintendo market, and you're gonna give Sony free run of the gaming market like that, then why not? Why would Sony say no? Almost like no matter, like even if Sony had to give you 30% of every game sold that was under a Microsoft Studio or more, because I don't know what the actual numbers are, but like say Sony wasn't making a ton of money, like I can't see them not doing so.
Yeah, I don't.
I can't see that either.
I just can't see it.
So is Pearl Abyss on the right track with these decisions? Like,
yes,
choosing not to go with the exclusivity contract, and you know what I'm saying, like choosing to self-publish and do their own game engine, even though it's going to take them longer. Like,
it's going to take them longer. It's going to be more expensive.
I'm gonna explain something. All right, I've been watching Crimson Desert for at least the last 2 years.
How long ago was Crimson Desert announced?
I don't even know. It's been a while. But my thing is that with what they have already, with them just doing it by themselves, they already doing better than majority of the games that are coming out in that genre. And that's from me seeing hours of gameplay of it. Like, because it's all over YouTube right now. Like, after watching hours of game of it.
Like, do the delays deter you from wanting to buy it?
Absolutely not. Absolutely. And I feel like it's because the landscaping of that genre of game, even though it's very saturated, it's a lot of them, it's not a lot of good ones.
I don't think that there's a lot of those particular, like the way that they're approaching it. Like, yeah, you get like your 3D games, but this one is like there's not a whole lot of single player RPGs anymore. Like you get your action adventure games, but like remember how we asked the question, what is an RPG? Like, they're I just feel like they're blurring the lines more and more. So like we might get one RPG game a year, or there might be more than that. But like when I say one RPG game, I mean like one really, really big, well-known, really hyped one. You know what I'm saying? Like if they push the Q2 of next year, though, that feels a little dangerous still because we still don't have a release date for Grand Theft Auto,
Yeah.
and we do have a release date for Assassin's Creed, and we have a release window for Monster Hunter.
We have a
We have a
release
date
date for Monster Hunter.
Yeah, that's right. Was it like February 28th?
23rd or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like 2 weeks. Well, I know that Assassin's Creed is on Valentine's Day, and I think Monster Hunter is 2 weeks after that, which I really feel was a little bold, but a little not intelligent.
They were like, all right.
Nope,
all right,
I don't think that was
all right,
bold at
little
all.
kid- All right, little kids, you
I
get
don't think that was bold. I think that was confident. They confident in the product that they got, and I don't think they're based off of history, based off of the track record. I think this is a track record based decision for them to drop this game when they drop it, based off of the track record of Ubisoft. As of right now, do I fear an Assassin's Creed game? Do I fear that an Assassin's Creed game is going to die from people actually wanting it by the time that my game comes out? I would be confident in that choice. I would be confident to feel like after 2 weeks of people having their hands on this game, they're going to go move on to the next game. We all do it with Ubisoft games. Like I couldn't tell you the last time. I'm not a good judgment of this because I'm the demo man. I don't finish no games.
Well, you also got to remember this. So Ubisoft usually and typically releases Assassin's Creed in October, September, October, and by the time Black Friday comes around, it's on sale, and they get hella sales because
nice little bundle to put in.
Yeah, exactly. Like you buy yourself a console, you get you Assassin's Creed, you can't go wrong. Now they've moved that window because they put the game on delay because they wanted to flesh out some of the things in the game. They wanted to iron out some of the bugs. They wanted to make sure that they put out the best product that they could, especially after Star Wars Outlaws came out in the shape that it did. Star Wars Outlaws, there were a ton of people complaining about things in that game. So if this game and all of the controversy surrounding Assassin's Creed, with Yasuke and having a female lead and all, like a female alternative lead, everything that they could have possibly had controversy about, they had controversy about. So yeah, it still feels like a little bit of a bold move. Confidence? No, I don't know if it's confidence. I just really feel like that was the only window that they could have fit themselves into.
I mean, they could have done February 1st, maybe move it to March, maybe do January. Because what's coming out in January? Nothing, right?
Nothing really comes out in January. It's not really a. That's
there you go, uncontested.
Can I just say that I feel like this game is gonna get pushed out anyway?
Wait, what?
I think the game will get pushed out anyway.
For Assassin's Creed?
Yeah.
I feel like if this game does not do decent,
they're done.
Ubisoft is getting bought out within the next several months.
Yeah.
And that right there is why I feel like this game is gonna get delayed.
The sad thing is that people are like, Assassin's Creed killed Ubisoft.
The problem is that if you delay the game anymore, you run into Grand Theft Auto danger.
Nah.
No game could ever release within a month of Grand Theft Auto. No, not a month before, not a month after. If you release a game at any point within that 2 month span from the day that Grand Theft Auto 6 come out, you are dooming your game to not be bought.
I'm gonna be real.
It don't matter if you are adult. It don't matter if you are a young adult, a teenager. It don't matter if you are a kid. Your parents is gonna fuck around and be irresponsible, and they're gonna buy that goddamn game for they badass kids, and then they're gonna complain about it. All right, that's what's gonna happen. I'm telling y'all, do not put your game around a Grand Theft Auto title. Red Dead, I get it. All right, it's in the 1800s, things like that. But Grand Theft Auto is one of those things. It's like
you can't put your game after Grand Theft Auto either, because that shit still gets buco sales after it's already released.
Now, if they confirm Grand Theft Auto to be September, then you might be good for a middle of the year release.
Yeah, but I don't see that.
Don't even bother putting your shit out in October, bro, because ain't nobody gonna buy that shit.
Oh no,
it's over.
Ain't nobody gonna buy that.
And there's so many games that's coming out next year.
OG Senpai just said dropping in January is a death wish. Ain't nobody spending no money after the holidays.
That is a fact too.
I mean,
No,
the
ain't
fact that
no,
you about to make
Wait. Nope.
It's
Helldivers
Christmas,
2 came out in January.
but
Our
it came
World,
out at $30.
Oh.
Our World
thought-
came out in January.
but it was they neither
was
one of them
$30.
$30 games.
Yeah, they weren't full $60, $70 games. So it's like
People spend that on a. Never mind.
What, a
Thank
pack
you.
of za?
No.
I did.
So anyway, yeah, but yeah, like people are recovering from the holiday season in January. You know what I'm saying? Like 2 games that weren't full price. Yeah, that's exactly what we're saying. Like,
Wait,
so
Tekken 8
yeah,
came out in Tekken 8 came out in January
Who?
too, didn't it?
who?
Tekken 8.
Tekken 8? No.
No,
Wasn't that January?
no.
Mm-mm.
that was January.
Oh,
January
I don't
what?
think it was.
It was end of January 25th, 26th. Yeah.
yeah, it's toward the end. Well, I guess it's different then.
Like
It was probably the
you're
only
pushing
main
that.
game dropped
Oh,
at that time.
people are about to get their tax money. It should be a dry season. You're pushing that.
When did Street Fighter 6 come out? Was that last year? Or
That was
this
last
April.
summer.
Was it? I thought that was April.
Well, it might have been.
year? No,
Either
that was
April-
last
I
year.
bought it
It
in
was
June.
April or June, but it was middle of the year.
It was June. Yeah, I was like, I remember buying it in June. Yeah, June. Last
June
year.
of 2023, right?
I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest with y'all. At this point, Raijin is an elephant.
He never forgets.
He remembers when he spends his money, bro.
He just
He's like, I remember it
everything.
was
Like,
this month, this year that I bought that.
he was like,
Yo,
you see that speck of dirt right there? I remember
Yo,
that speck of dirt. That speck of dirt been there for the last 6 months.
Yo, I'm a petty motherfucker. That's why I remember. I got receipts on everybody. People are like, what? You remember that?
It was an established franchise, and there are people who did pre-order statues and stuff. Tekken had pre-orders for so long. Like
True.
Assassin's Creed, are you really gonna like right now? You making people choose: do I take my girl out? Do I buy this Assassin's Creed game?
Oof.
Yo, that is why. Yeah.
Oof. A lot
We're
of
gonna
girls
drop
will
on
be mad.
Valentine's Day. We're gonna show everybody what their relationship is worth.
There's gonna be a lot of mad women out there on this year.
And watch you get like some
Well,
women that are
look, it could be
someone in the
worse.
know. Watch you
It
get some
could be
women that are
worse.
someone in the know too. And they're like, it could at least be Grand Theft Auto. You ditching me for Assassin's Creed?
That's what I'm saying. It could be worse. Like 2K could come out on a day, you know, GTA.
Monster Hunter, I understand.
2K is way too late to come out. Nah.
Yeah, but
Like
2K
Monster Hunter at least pushed it back a couple weeks because they know that
It's
they
released
fans,
in
they
January.
dedicated fans ain't going to work. They ain't going to do nothing else.
They gonna be on that
I'm
motherfucker.
already planning vacation. I'm already trying to go to Florida in January, and now I got to think about how many
Yes.
days I'm taking off in March.
Yes, we is. I'm pulling up.
That's what I'm talking about, bro. Let's be honest. People going to spend their day focused on Assassin's Creed or probably single. I mean,
Wow.
I disagree.
this is a safe haven for geeks, nerds, weebs, blurds, dweebs, anything you can think of. I'm not about to disparage anybody who has preferences.
But what if the couple are hold on, wait,
Why you say it like
what if
that?
the couple
Wait,
are
hold-
gamers and their thing is they both gonna play Assassin's Creed and order
Ain't
some
Valentine's Day on a
I'm gonna
Friday,
be-
bro?
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. That's one thing that sells me. Like a gamer, yeah, we'll be good. We'll be smart.
Like, ain't Valentine's Day on a Friday?
Yeah.
That makes it even worse.
Next to your calendar. Yeah.
Why? What's so bad? What happens on a Friday?
It's the weekend.
Okay.
That means
So
that
if you choose
if I buy
to
this
take
game,
the
I'm playing it over the
Assassin's Creed
weekend. We're not doing nothing.
instead of getting in between some cheeks, in between them sheets, at the end of the week.
I got all year. I got all year.
He's like he said, I don't want no damn cheeks. I get that all day, every day.
I'm sorry,
Give me
my
something
heart.
good, a present or something.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
We got all year. And I'm gonna be
And
honest. with
Goji
y'all.
Senpai said, I mean that specific game. Like, bro,
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. If you can't walk off for like 25 minutes, go handle your business and then come back to the game, you got a problem.
but I mean, that's the day that they expected. If you in a relationship, that's the day they expect me. We got
That is
wow,
a weird ass day to drop it
you know what
on,
I'm saying?
though.
Like,
Like,
it's
come
a
on.
Friday, bro. Like it'd be different if Valentine's Day was on like a Wednesday or something like that. But like when you not gonna go to no restaurant, y'all ain't gonna eat.
But is it any different? Well, no.
You gonna eat McDonald's?
I was gonna say, is it any different
DoorDash.
than movies dropping on Valentine's Day?
DoorDash.
Any different than what?
I was gonna say, is it any different than movies dropping on Valentine's Day? But I'm like, well,
That's a movie
take
date
somebody to see
in
somebody
a dark
movie.
theater. The two of y'all next to each other.
What are we in high school, bro?
I'm
Hey,
just saying.
sometimes that magic don't disappear, my brother. Unless the new Assassin's Creed come out, then it's different.
Yeah. Well, someone's
I
definitely
just can't wait for the articles on how many people.
Someone's definitely getting stabbed from the back that day. So
listen,
I'm trying to stab somebody from the back that day.
I'm telling y'all right now that 2025 is going to be the year of upset girlfriends because
Grand Theft Auto,
GTA
Monster Hunter,
comes out.
and Assassin's Creed. That's crazy.
Mhm.
unless they
It's
play
over.
those games, so then
It's over.
good.
That's the year of the PlayStation. That PlayStation getting abused.
Pause.
Abused. Anyway,
shout out to all of my gamer couples, man. You got something special if you can actually take that time and you really enjoy something together like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that's a very acquired taste. Like once you acquire the taste of gaming, like it's hard to get rid of. That taste will last in your mouth for years. But if you have somebody else with you who really enjoys that taste, I'm speaking in metaphors. So, but if you have somebody who like really enjoys games too, bro, like that's clutch.
oh, Goji Senpai said there's possibly a Pokemon game dropping next year too. So yeah,
I don't know if I give a
my wife
fuck
will
about
understand. Anyway, at this point,
Pokemon is cooked. Don't nobody give a goddamn about that.
Don't ever say that.
We've met our quota for time today. We're not gonna keep you any longer. In the meantime, stay blessed, stay healthy, stay hydrated, and remember that if there's ever anything you want to achieve, sometimes all you got to do is just press the start button.
Peace out. No, you don't, Goji.
Later, y'all.
We ain't gonna talk about Loon and his onesie.
Oh.